All right, diving in. Brivo, they're doing some really interesting stuff in the security world. We've got a stack of data sheets,
Yeah.
brochures, even some guides. I'm thinking this deep dive, it's going to be pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, Brivo, they're not just about gadgets. It's like they're building a whole security ecosystem, And their Brivo on-air platform, it's cloud-based. That's the core. Access control, video, even some smart home stuff all tied in.
This on-air thing, kind of the brains of the operation, right?
Mhm.
But for someone, say, a property manager, what's it actually like to use?
Well, imagine you're at your desk, maybe even at home on the couch. You've got complete control, the whole building security. You see who's coming and going, change permissions, even live video, and all this from your phone, tablet, whatever.
So no more being stuck at a security desk. Like
Mhm.
you've got these ultimate digital keys. That's powerful stuff. And speaking of digital keys, they've got this Brivo mobile pass, kind of like hotels are doing with phone-based room keys now, right?
Exactly. Your phone becomes your badge, unlock doors, gates, even elevators. Just tap your phone.
Okay, but phones, they're handy, but also a bit vulnerable now.
And Brivo's thought of that. They've got biometrics built right in. Fingerprint, facial recognition, you choose. That's serious security on top of convenience.
Smart move, making it user-friendly, but not skimping on security. And it seems they're going way beyond just basic access, right? I'm seeing smart apartment features, even a visitor management system.
Yeah, with Brivo's smart apartment, it all connects. Access control, smart locks, thermostats, even lights, all in one app for the residents. And for property managers, think self-guided tours, like they talk about in the brochure. Could be a game changer for showing properties.
Right. As someone looking to rent, being able to tour on your own time, that's appealing. And the visitor management ties into, makes it all smoother, right?
For sure. Guests sign in easily, hosts get notified instantly, badges printed right there.
So convenience is definitely a theme here. But can't ignore the big question, cybersecurity. All this connectivity is great, but also opens up vulnerabilities, right? I see they've got a whole cybersecure practices document, so they're thinking about it. But what are they actually doing to keep things locked down?
Security's clearly top priority for them. Multiple layers of protection, all data's encrypted, in transit and stored, regular updates to fix any holes, third-party audits, the works. And one thing that really stood out to me, they have a no open inbound ports policy.
No open inbound ports. Break that down for me. I'm guessing it's good, but how does it actually protect things?
Think of your building's security like a castle. No open inbound ports. It's like all drawbridges up, gates locked, way fewer ways for hackers to get in, a proactive approach.
Okay, I like that analogy. Feeling very medieval fortress now. And I saw something about triple redundancy. That's like backup generators for the system, right?
Exactly. Multiple backups, even if one part fails, the system keeps running. They're not taking any chances with reliability.
So they've got the features, the convenience, and the security all covered. It's starting to sound like Brivo's thought of everything.
They've definitely put a lot of thought into making a system that's tough but adaptable. And what's interesting is they're positioning this as a way to attract and keep residents, especially millennials.
Wait, really? Security is a way to attract residents? I mean, it's important, but is it really a deal breaker for choosing where to live?
You'd be surprised. This generation, they grew up with tech. They expect things to be smooth and connected. In one of their guides, Brivo cites a study, 63% of millennials would move out of an apartment if it lacked security features.
63%. Okay, that's a lot of people. So it's not just about feeling safe. It's that control, that convenience of a smart, integrated system.
Exactly. It's becoming a core part of the whole resident experience.
That's a strong argument for property managers to pay attention. But Brivo is going beyond access control and smart apartments, right? It seems like they're building a whole ecosystem of integrations. In the Why Brivo document and the guide, they're integrating with visitor entry systems, building automation, smart home platforms, everything.
They're not limiting themselves at all. They get that a truly smart building needs to talk to all these different systems. So they have this open API, basically lets developers connect Brivo to all sorts of other platforms.
Like they're building the nervous system for the smart building of the future.
Exactly. And they already have a ton of integrations, like one with the 2NIP Verso intercom system.
Ah, I know those. What's so special about that one?
Well, for one, it keeps the tenant directory always updated. No more outdated names on the call box.
So it's not just the tech itself, it's how they're using it to solve real-world problems for everyone.
Right, making the experience better for both property managers and residents.
We've covered a lot, learned a ton about Brivo already, and we're just getting started, so stick with us. We'll be right back to dive even deeper into Brivo and what it all means for you. Digging deeper into Brivo, one thing that really sticks out is how much they focus on the user experience.
Yeah.
Like they're trying to make security just fade into the background. You don't even think about it.
Yeah, it's almost like they're borrowing from consumer tech where ease of use is everything. Nobody wants to wrestle with their security system. It's got to be simple, right?
Exactly. Especially these days when everyone's juggling so many apps and gadgets already. And thinking about their target audience, multifamily buildings, you've got residents with all different levels of tech savvy.
So true. And Brivo actually argues that when prop tech is done right, it can even boost revenue for property owners.
Hold on, really? How does that work?
They've got this sort of hierarchy of prop tech investments laid out in their guide. It all starts with physical security as the base. They say residents need to feel physically safe before they'll even care about things like fancy gyms or co-working spaces.
Kind of like Maslow's hierarchy, but for apartments, right?
Mm.
Get the basics right, then build up from there.
You got it. And once you've nailed that feeling of security, then you can add in those other tech-driven amenities, enhance the whole experience, maybe even justify charging higher rents.
Smart move. And they have data to back this up, right?
Oh yeah, they cite a study. 61% of millennials would actually choose an apartment specifically for electronic access features.
So it's not just keeping people out. It's about giving them that control and convenience they're looking for.
And don't forget that other stat, 63% of millennials would move out because of bad security. It shows how crucial these features are becoming.
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword for property managers then. They need these features to attract and keep residents, but they got to work well and be easy to use.
Definitely a balancing act, but Brivo seems to understand they're selling peace of mind as much as anything else.
And they're doing it in a way that's high-tech, but still user-friendly.
Hmm.
I mean, think about it. Control your whole building from your phone. Let guests in remotely. Unlock your door with your fingerprint. It's pretty amazing how far we've come.
Like something out of sci-fi, but it's happening right now in real buildings.
Okay, so we've talked about the user experience, how that attracts residents. But let's get down to business. How does Brivo actually make money? Is it just selling hardware, or is there more to it?
That's a key question, and the answer is it's a mix. They do sell hardware, like the control panels, readers, smart locks, but the main revenue stream, that's their cloud software subscription.
Ah, so it's a SaaS model, software as a service, like a lot of tech companies these days.
You got it. And that recurring revenue, it gives them stability, predictability, pretty crucial for a growing company.
And it lets them constantly update and improve the software, which is good for customers long term. Instead of being stuck with old hardware, you've got a platform that's always evolving.
Exactly. A win-win. Brivo gets that steady income. Customers get a security system that keeps getting better. This model actually plays into their focus on cybersecurity, too.
Oh, wow. So,
Well, by controlling the software, they ensure all their systems are up to date, protected against the latest threats, constantly pushing out patches and updates so it's way more secure than those old systems with outdated software.
that's a big advantage,
Right.
especially with all the cyber attacks happening these days. Sounds like they're really putting security front and center.
Absolutely. It goes back to what you were saying. They're not just a hardware company, they're software at their core, and they're using that expertise to change how we think about security.
Okay, we've been pretty positive about Brivo so far, but got to be realistic. No company's perfect, right? Are there any areas where they could improve or challenges they might face? I mean, the prop tech world's pretty competitive.
For sure, competition's definitely a factor. There are lots of companies trying to get a piece of that smart building pie.
So they need to stay ahead of the game, keep innovating to keep that edge.
Absolutely, and they got to stay focused on what their customers need. Those needs are always changing. The prop tech landscape shifts fast. What's hot today might be gone tomorrow.
So adaptability is key, being able to change their offerings as the market demands.
Exactly, and another challenge, we touched on it before, is cybersecurity. As they rely more on the cloud, they got to be super careful about protecting data, both theirs and their customers. Cyber attacks are a real threat.
That's a great point. Cybersecurity is a constant battle. Can't let your guard down, especially when you're dealing with people's homes and businesses.
Absolutely, but I think Brivo's aware of these challenges. They're taking steps to address them, investing heavily in security measures, staying ahead of the curve when it comes to cyber threats.
Well, one thing's clear, the future of security is exciting and it's changing fast. And Brivo's right there at the front leading the way.
Agreed. A fascinating company. They've got a bold vision. I'm really interested to see what they do next.
We've covered a lot in this part, but there's more to come. We'll be right back with the final part of our deep dive into Brivo, wrapping up our exploration of this company and what it all means for the future of security. Thinking about everything we've learned about Brivo, one thing that keeps popping up is partnerships. They seem really big on collaboration, not trying to do it all themselves in the prop tech world.
Yeah, that makes sense when you think how complex this whole smart building thing is. No one company can handle everything, and Brivo gets that. They've built this really impressive network of partners, expands what they can do.
Smart move. Leverage other people's expertise instead of starting from scratch. And looking at their website, their integrations page is huge. They're partnering with everyone, video surveillance companies, smart home device makers, the whole shebang.
It's like they're creating a one-stop shop for smart building needs. Need to connect your security system to something specific. Chances are Brivo's already got a partner who can do it.
And that helps them stay flexible, adapt to whatever's new in the market. New tech comes along, they partner with someone who specializes in it. No need to reinvent the wheel.
Right. Way more efficient. They focus on what they're good at, access control and cloud security. Let their partners handle the rest.
And it's not just big companies either. They even have a program for developers, encouraging them to build custom integrations with the Brivo platform.
Now that's thinking ahead, opens up so many possibilities. Imagine your security system seamlessly talking to your building management, energy management, even employee scheduling. The potential is kind of crazy.
It really shows how committed they are to being an open platform. Like,
Yeah.
we're not trying to control everything, build on what we've started.
It's a community, not just a product, and that's powerful. Shows they're in it for the long haul.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, let's zoom out for a second. We've talked tech, business model, partnerships, strengths, challenges, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
But for you listening, what's the takeaway? Why should you care about Brivo?
Here's the thing. Brivo's shaping the future of security. They're making it smarter, more convenient, more intertwined with our lives. Whether you own property, manage a business, or just care about safety, their innovations are worth knowing about.
It's a good reminder that tech can be a force for good, right?
Mhm.
Making our lives easier, safer, more connected. Who wouldn't want that?
Absolutely. Brivo's a great example of innovation, embracing new tech to make things better.
Well said. And as we close out, one final thought. Imagine your dream security system. What would it be like? Would it be learn what you need, adapt to you, keep you safe without you even thinking about it? Because companies like Brivo, they're already making that happen.
Yeah, it's a pretty exciting time, and I'm definitely curious to see what's next in the world of smart security.
That's all for this deep dive into Brivo. Hope you learned something new, got you thinking. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay secure.